Hi, I'm Scott Leadingham. Thanks for joining us here in the unique Northwest. 2019 comes to a close and 2020 is upon us, and that gives us cause to reflect back on some of our favorite stories of the year. First, the Bundyville podcast came out several years ago and it examined the Bundy family, who were famous for their anti-government views and the takeover of the Malheur National Wildlife Refuge in 2016. The second season came out this past year, and it delved not just into the Bundy family, but much deeper about anti-extremist views in the West and the inland Northwest. In particular, the podcast looked at Matt Shea, a Republican state representative for Washington State, and some of his views and how he has participated in parts of this movement. We talked with podcast host Leah Satilli about what the podcast was about and how Matt Shea figured into it.
Yeah, so Matt Shea was someone that I was familiar with just from having been a reporter in the Northwest, and I wrote a story about him for Rolling Stone last year, particularly because I'd been investigating the Patriot movement and the Bundys, and Matt Shea, as you say, the state representative from Spokane Valley, kept showing up at these events. He was at the 2014 Bunkerville standoff in Nevada. He was at the 2016 occupation of the Malheur National Wildlife Refuge, and in the ensuing years, he's continued to appear alongside Lavoy Finicum's widow on stage at Patriot events. He continues to amp up his rhetoric about conspiracy theories and white supremacist talking points, and he continues to stay in office. He's been in office for 12 years. He just was reelected last year in 2018.
You mentioned this in the podcast. I think it was kind of poignant, where you essentially said that you're not sure that people aren't paying attention, they don't care, or they agree with him, and you're not sure which one is more disconcerting or something like that. Is that what you would say?
It's hard to say, because when you look at the numbers, not a lot of people actually come out to vote in his district. So he has a very small group of people that is voting for him, and he's getting in because no one else is running that is a viable candidate, and a lot of people just aren't voting. So the people who may be pretty outraged about some of the things that he believes aren't showing up.
As 2019 closes, so does an internal investigative report into Republican Matt Shea and whether he engaged in, quote, political violence. That report has been delivered to State House legislative leaders, but it has not yet been made public as we tape this. When it is made public, we'll have more information on our website, nwpb.org, along with all of these stories that we have covered this year. Thank you for joining us here in the unique Northwest.